I was ready. What's going on, everybody? This is Shakira, and welcome to the Pride Show. First, we're going to start off by going around and introducing everybody, but today's topic is coming out stories. Hey. So if you have any comments, share, comment, we'll get to you. Just come through and enjoy the show. But first, we're going to start this way. Tell me your name.
I'm Jonathan.
Hey, I'm Jesse.
Flex.
Chef Red.
Shay.
Tier.
Hey. Alright, so like I said, today's topic is coming out. Everybody gonna go around if they want to and give their little piece of coming out story. Then we're gonna hit on some of these celebrities that came out in the past few years and just get everybody's opinion and stuff like that. So who wants to kick it off? Y'all want me to kick it off?
Kick it off.
I can tell it's coming. I came out when I was in middle school. And it was kind of crazy because it wasn't really me coming out, but it was. I was at home crying because a girl broke my heart at school. And my mother came home and was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was just like, "Somebody broke my heart." And she knew off gate. She was just like, "What, it was a girl?" I was like, "Yeah." And that was really it. And that was it. I mean, from that point on, it got a little hectic with me and my mother's relationship. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. The one person that I really thought was going to have a problem with it was my grandmother. And me and my grandmother, we went to Burger King one day, and I sat down there, and I told her, I was just like, "Grandma, I got something to tell you." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm gay." Kind of got a little scared, but she was with it. So from that point on, I really don't care what nobody says. I'm out, honey. It's like, no, who want to go next, though? That was my little story. Short, brief, pretty.
I came out when I was 14, and it was, I was still in high school and middle school and everything. It was kind of hard, but I just told my parents, like, "Hey, I like dudes." Looking back at my pictures, they should have known, but
Yeah.
that was it. After that, it was a wrap.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Easy coming out.
I mean, it's just easy. I came out about coming out of high school, so probably maybe 10 years ago. But it wasn't easy. They had it going on. It wasn't easy. My mother was a pastor. I had, family members that believe in what they believe in, so it wasn't easy. So I was portraying to be who I wasn't. Came out, wasn't easy. Life went upside down. But now here we are 2 years later, and my mother respect me and she accept me, and this is who I am today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who want to go next? Don't be shy.
I mean, I guess I'll go. I came out, I feel old compared to y'all when I came out. I was like 17, 18 when I fully came out. I started liking girls and everything when I was like 15 or 16, though, but I didn't act on it until then. But what got me is a friend of mine, shout out to Bae. She knows who she is. But, she told me that I look like a certified stud, and I was like, "What is that?" But I mean, I've always been a tomboy, so I had family members that told me I was gonna be gay before I really was. But I mean, the main people that I was really worried about that I really wanted to accept me for being lesbian is my grandparents. That's who raised me. It took them about 5 or 6 years to come around, but eventually they came around, and that kind of freed me up to be actually happy to be who I wanted to be in regards to being a lesbian. So now I'm here. This is it. That's how you do it.
That's exactly
right. Well, I commend all of you all because I know the struggle is real.
Yes.
But being a trans man, it's not that I came out, it's that I became aware. I had to be aware of who I was as others grew with awareness. So the struggle for me was being accepted with the transition of becoming who I am today. It's been a hard struggle, but I've gotten through it.
How did your family accept it?
I still have lost many friends like many of us have done. My family still having a hard time with the pronouns, accepting what's happening with my life. It's been so long now, they still are adjusting and still having a hard time with it.
Do they address you?
Some address me as he, some address me with my legal name, not my dead name. My mother still has issues with it. We're getting through it. We have our pods where we don't speak for 2 or 3 years, and then we're talking for 2 or 3 years. It's very hard. But, you know, with the community being supportive and having the support that I've had during the awareness process, it was good.
That kind of rolls off into my story as well. I was raised that gay was very wrong, and I came out when I was 14, and my family kind of completely pushed me away. And that kind of topped off everything else that we had going on before that. So I'm still working through everything, and it's kind of taken moving across state to get myself out of that rut, so to say.
Okay.
To actually be able to let everything go.
You were home, baby.
Yes.
Right. Was it your story?
Yeah, I'll tell mine. So I came out when I was 17. I just told my parents, you know, I was into females. And that was about it. It's not exciting at all. You know, they accepted me. I do have a cousin that doesn't accept it for his religious beliefs or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're still family, and I'm going to do what I do, and he's going to do what he does. So it is, you know.
Got you?
Well, my story is my dad out me out. A girlfriend of mine sent a letter home, and my dad opened the mail, and he found out that way. And he took it hard. He didn't pay for me to go back to school, so I had to work 2 jobs to go back to college, and he didn't talk to me for a while. But now, you know, everything is better, you know. So I'm better with that. You know, my parents, they love me. They tell me they love me. You know, when I got married, they did not come to the wedding. They did not. But that, I respect them, you know, because I believe, you know, respect their choices or whatever. But they show forth love. They love my girlfriend now, you know, so I'm okay.
Yes, good. All right. Well, we got one more person. She's going to introduce herself, and you can tell everybody your name and
what's up?
you're coming out.
Hi, my name's Toya. Toya Scales on Facebook and whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I came out. It was kind of like a progression. It's not like a. I came out. Like I came out to everybody at the same time. It's like I started coming out in like 11th grade with my tip. I came out to my group of friends, my small like 4 group of friends. Then I had like another group of friends that I really didn't come out to till like my sophomore year in college. My mom, which is like the really only person that kind of mattered to me at the time, was somewhere in between, and it was kind of like kind of like an argument type of situation. She was basically asking but not asking, and I was basically telling her but not telling her, until it just finally kind of like boiled over to like all right, yeah, so I like girls, so what? Like, do it matter? I mean, that's legit like how it happened. And like, you know, I had the conversation with my dad beforehand, and he was like, I mean, I love you either way. Right. So, you know, but you know, your mama, you know, she's still gonna love you, but you know, your mama. So, it took a bit more like time for me to come out to her. But when I did, it wasn't I think she probably had like 2 days that she was kind of like avoiding me or not really having anything to say. But then after that, it was just like, we back to us. So,
Let's get you. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell any of y'all out there that's watching, listening, somebody tell you about it. It is nothing wrong with coming out how you want to. Right. Don't let nobody judge you. Don't let nobody tell you you can't. I bet you 100% the time that you come out, you're going to have your struggles, you're going to have your situations, but when you finally do come out, you are going to feel so at ease with yourself. You're going to finally step into your path and who you are becoming. So,
don't let anybody
come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say don't let nobody.
I use a phrase called comfortable without conflict. When you coming out or coming to aware of who you are, do it comfortable with yourself without adding conflict to yourself.
I get you. But what do you mean causing conflict?
Well, there are some folks that they are uncomfortable with themselves to the point where they become uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable within certain issues that it adds conflict.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get you.
It's like myself. I'm comfortable with who I am, and where I go, I don't have to add conflict because I'm comfortable with me. So it's like the HB2 thing, you know. I go to the bathroom, I go without conflict.
Yeah, you don't make a big scene about
Right,
it.
right,
I get you. Some people do make a scene.
right.
I don't.
No.
No, because
No.
you do have people that come out and it's just like you got to make it a big issue. You got to turn it bad. You got to turn it. When if you come out and you be low key, you can be able to speak and talk to everybody, and it shouldn't be the first topic. You well, I'm gay. Hey, don't make it that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, being gay or transgender, what you do in the privacy of your home is your business.
It's your business.
What you do sexually is your business. I mean, your mainstream society not knocking on your door, you're not saying, come on in. I mean, that's your business.
Right.
But you're proud to be who you are as a homosexual. So be proud.
It's important to be proud of who you are, but first things first is accepting who you is and making sure you deal with it how you need to deal with it within, and make sure you're comfortable. Don't let nobody rush you and telling you how to come out or what you should do, because at the end of the day, you come out to the world. If you still not comfortable with who you are, and as he said, being aware with who you are and choosing to be, then you're still never going to be happy. So you got to accept you for who you are. You got to accept yourself first before you can expect someone else to expect you.
And if any of y'all need any help, hit us up.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't come out for you, but if you need somebody to talk to or get advice from or anything like that, I have no problem with contacting the Pride Show.
We have a Facebook page. Hit us up on the page. We all just, whatever. If you want to hit somebody in, they message, whatever you want to do, hit us up. We're definitely here.
Comments below.
Yeah,
Right now.
we accept it all.
Right there.
We accept it all. But another person that came out was Ellen. She came out in April 14, 1997. I'm sorry. She came out in 1997, and when she came out, it's like at that point in time, they made it like a big controversy, but they didn't, because she came out on her show, the Ellen Show, and she also came out in the Time magazine with the caption was, "Hey, I'm gay," so. For real, that was the caption. It said, "Hey, I'm gay." So a lot of people, I don't know if her TV show was on the edge of leaving the air, but I felt like after she came out, it was like everybody was kind of like, "Oh my God, she's gay," making a big deal out of it when it's really not.
So since you actually bring that up, let me back that up a little bit. I've noticed some things from the 90s to today. I'm not that old, I'm only 26. But I've still noticed something in the way that the world has turned.
Yeah.
After the whole Y2K thing, everybody became extremely scared, paranoid of their neighbors, just absolutely shut down from themselves and others.
Yeah.
It's true.
Technology started happening, we started looking into our phones more. We didn't actually get to see the big picture anymore. Well, if you kind of look at TV, how it's changed, look from Friends. Look at how easygoing kind of things used to be, so to say.
Yeah.
But nowadays, everything's so in your face, has to be quick, has to be now.
Right.
Nobody takes any time to do anything.
Well, that's
Everybody has
and
a-
being one of the actually the elder of the table. Since Y2K, like you said, it's been the convenience there, and everything was so fast. And I mean, I think a lot of people miss out the steps in life that they need. And we have a lot of people that are struggling in our community coming out, suicide and all that, because they're missing out those steps.
Yeah.
They're jumping in and they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? So that's why I said comfortable without conflict, like you were speaking about, because everything's just moving so fast. You know, we don't have the old gay bars, we don't have all those places that allowed you to come out in an environment that allowed you to be comfortable.
Exactly.
And find people like yourself that look like yourself, or probably switched or danced or whatever, however way you look, you know,
Like reading
whatever.
people that are different from
Right,
you.
right. We even lost community with that. We've lost how our community used to mingle, whites, blacks, Spanish, and everyone. Now we're so separated that we have our own issues now.
And we've only created them within ourselves.
Right.
I mean, jumping back on the topic from last week in regards to coming out too, you got like with the new millennium, you have a lot of the younger generation that's coming out now, and they're coming out for the wrong reasons. So like it's like a fad.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna be gay today and straight tomorrow.
So that's why some people.
That's really real.
Yeah. Right. They don't take it
junior year,
serious.
but I'm straight senior year.
Yeah. It's like this is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm about this life.
Right.
You know.
But then when they find themselves not in that life, it's like there's some people who say, I'm going to transgender, and then they're stuck in between, do I do it, do I not do it, what do I do, what do I do? What's happened is that today's society has the internet. So they find something that, that's where I identify. Even terminology is so advanced. Well, this is called an education generation, okay? Words. People feel like, oh, that shirt looks like it's me, so that's me, I'm the shirt. You know?
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? They've got so much to look at, which is nothing wrong with that, but it can add confusion.
I feel like a lot of, touching on what you said, like, I have a lot of young girls. I'm 31. So because I am 31, I do have a lot of young girls come try to talk to me. And when I ask them how old they are, I'm like, listen, I am not somebody that you can, I'm not in this today and out of it tomorrow. This is who I am. So with you being, I hate to put an age on it because age doesn't make a difference, but it does. So it's like, I'm in this for the long haul. You were in this for maybe 2 months, maybe 6 at the limit.
Right.
But this is not who you are.
Right. You're not
So
about
don't-
this life. So
Right.
So don't let nobody force you into it because a lot of people think gay is the new thing.
Yeah.
It's a new
Yeah.
it's a new trend. Yeah. Like it's a new
Definitely. Yes.
It do.
Right.
And I felt like, and to be honest, for me, I felt like Ellen, Queen Latifah. Who else do you have? I feel like those are the two older people that I know, far as celebrity wise. I feel like those are the two older people that tell you that it's okay to be with a woman and still be about your business. What I do behind closed doors does not make me, because Ellen now, like at that point in time, she went through a little phase where she was off TV. You didn't hear anything, but now she coming back. She's 60 years old and got a show that's every straight, white, Hispanic, anybody wants to be on her show and quick to give her a hug.
But Ellen and Queen Latifah, they're both different. Like Queen Latifah is more mellow. You know, she doesn't put it all out there. It's like you know it, but you know she really don't put it out there. And Ellen talks about it all the time. You know, so they're both different.
I feel like she's just bringing awareness.
I know. I think with Queen Latifah being that she's a woman of color, we deal with different stigmatizations than Caucasians.
Oh
do. And I hate to say this, but y'all are privileged.
It.
And with you being privileged, with you being privileged, you can do what you want to do in your own little town. You know what I'm saying? Some towns, not all, but we do it, and we're going. Our parents have us going to church.
Right.
They're
Pray away the gay.
They're bringing the choir in to sing over us. You know, they're praying on. You know,
That's real.
Yeah, that's real.
my mother said,
that blessing.
my mother said, "Come to the house. I want to talk to you." I said, "Okay." And I believe that when you hold my hands, you're going to put some money in my hands. You know what I'm saying? So my mother was holding my hands. Give me your hands. She held my hands like this. She said, "Let's pray." And I said to myself, "What you trying to pray for?"
This is
But
me.
I went through it with her for years, and I think now she's beginning to see, well, it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But in her mind, I have to deal with this with the Lord. That's what I hear.
Right. Yeah.
And I think along those lines, how you say that because Queen, like, okay, Frank Ocean, he is a gay man of color and an artist.
Right.
He made one album, maybe 2. I think it's 2.
Yeah, he made 2.
But you don't really hear anything before from him. But I think if he was Caucasian, it wouldn't be a big issue.
No, it wasn't
really
because
wasn't for
Arthur
Sam
Ashe.
Smith.
Arthur Ashe
Was
was
right.
strong.
It really wasn't
right.
for Sam
You're
Smith.
absolutely right.
Sam Smith, everybody
Yeah.
loved him.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
Sam.
absolutely right.
But because Frank Ocean, I think, was a man of a black man of color
Yeah,
and was
image
a
of the
rapper, it was a very tough thing for him. But like we talked about last week, a lot of those rappers in the industry are on the DL.
They undercover.
They are.
Well, that's because you're dealing with colonization, social society's condition of what is a man, what is a woman.
They want to define it.
You know, and when you're
Exactly.
dealing with people of color, you're dealing with this is the image of a man. But when you look at me as a trans man, boo, I'm the image of that man now.
Okay.
Right, yes.
So now it confuses a man that looks at me and go, wait a minute, what's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, gender and sexuality is very fluid.
Yeah.
And we as people of color have got to get with the knowledge and learn that. But it's hard for us because we're finding ourselves in our own community still.
But see, in the church, you know, some church, they preach that, you know.
And that made it hard.
That makes it hard
That,
on
especially
us.
when you coming up in the church.
Right.
It kind of that too. And they preach about it and tell us that it's like, you know, an abomination to God and this, that, and the third. So when you, like for me, my mother was a pastor, but not only that she was a pastor, I just grew up in a church where they told me, you know what I'm saying, like that this is a sin and don't do this and don't do this.
Right.
But nobody's big enough like, oh, don't go out and commit adultery, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as you see me walk in the church as,
You want to throw stones.
you know what I'm saying, you want to throw these stones, and so, you know, that makes it hard for people today to come out and be who they are, because the religion is this big thing. So we want to be accepted in this because it's so big. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if everybody, a pair of Jordans come out, everybody want that pair of Jordans because it pops. So religion is like so big, so we just like, you know, I want to be accepted, but we want to be accepted in this religion, but this religion don't want to accept us for who we are. If you had to look at it that way, because at the end of the day, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta seek those things for yourself. Get down in here and get your own connection and your own spiritual thing going on. Because I still say today, like, you know, religion made it hard for me to come out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still believe. You understand? I had to make that whole connection with myself. I had to tune the people out and, you know, and seek him for myself. You understand? Because you're not going to tell me I can't have this relationship with him because of who I am. You understand? So it was.
But my mother always said, she said, I might not agree with it, but I'm always going to show forth love because God is love. And so I love y'all, you know, I respect you, but, you know, as long as you love me,
Now,
respect
I had a
me,
lady-
so,
we're good.
And I was going to say, while we're talking about who came out, Arthur Ashe, the well-known black tennis player, way back in the 60s, was a gay man. Did y'all know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Right.
All of us. We had many people that were very much quiet because it was a taboo. But the thing with that is that we even talked about this earlier. Many people aren't aware or don't want to acknowledge because she came from a church family. Whitney Houston had a lesbian relationship.
Yeah.
She had a lesbian relationship, but no one wants to talk about it.
Because all they know is Whitney and Bobby.
Not that, but she came from a church family.
She did.
Yeah.
And
But I feel
because-
like after
and-
she got hooked on drugs, it was like that whole church situation. Yeah, people still talk about it, but Whitney is not. To me, I feel like I understand that you came from a church family, and that's what people know you for, and you might have talked to a woman, but it's like when you got with Bobby Brown, and either you introduced him to it or he introduced you to it, however the situation is, that church situation has gone out the window for you. You get what I'm saying? Because when she first started doing drugs, that was the big thing. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, she's come from a church family. Like, to be honest, pastor kids, sorry to say this, but everybody knows. If you are, say you are a pastor, because you was raised in the church, that means you always go. I'm always gonna go a little bit more than the norm.
Right.
If she done had 2 drinks because I'm your child, I'm gonna drink 6 of them.
Right.
Just to be the center of attention, just to be a little wilder. Because I know
just to
at the
fit
end
in.
of the day,
You wanna
just to
fit
fit in,
in.
and because I know at the end of the day, when I go back home, I have to tighten up.
Right.
But when she do it, it's fine. So she's able to drink 2 and be cool. Me, I gotta get it right now before I step foot back and go home.
You know, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah. So I feel like it's always gonna be a little more for preacher kids, regardless. That's just like, I had this lady, she was always into church and everything. Came into the barbershop one time and said, you know you going to hell? I said, why I'm going to hell? She said, you know you going to hell because you gay. It took so much of me. I went outside and called my mother because I felt like I was going to smack the lady. My mother said, listen, you are a lesbian woman, and if you don't get it together right now, you are always going to have this feeling where you always got to defend yourself. Right. But when that lady said that to you, you should have said, well, if I'm going to hell, how you know you're not going to be in the line? You're not going to be in the line right behind me.
You already
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, when my mother told me that,
I got a ticket for you.
I was like, I had to be a strong person because you can go anywhere in the world. Everybody is not going to agree with it. But I'm telling you to this day, you don't ever have to agree with anything I say or what I do, but you will respect me. Right. You don't have to respect what I do behind closed doors, but you will respect me as a person. Right. And that should go for anybody, no matter what your preference is or what you like to do. Just respect somebody. But to this day, that same lady that said that to me, she comes see me all the time. We have conversations because at the end of the day, she finally got to the point that don't judge me for what I do behind closed doors. Because now me and her can have all type of conversations just on a friendship level. Right. And one time after that happened, this was not too long ago, I seen her, I said, it's around this same time last year, you know what you told me? And I said, I repeated it to her. And I said, but look at you now. You friends with a gay woman. Right. How do you feel about yourself?
Well, your barbershop is. I can knock on her door.
Huh?
Right. Since you actually bring this up, I kind of was going off on a tangent earlier, and I posted something on Facebook. I said, what's missing in this world is respect. We don't have to love everybody, but God bless it, we should be respecting each other. We only make life harder for everybody when we only worry about ourselves. My rights end where my neighbor's nose begins. If I don't like my neighbors, the only control I have over the situation is to move my shit down the road. I can't force people to leave just because I don't like them.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so true.
That's so true. Go ahead.
So I feel like if coming out is hard for us, then, you know, it might be hard for our families as well. Right. So is it safe to say we should, if they aren't in agreement with it, should we give them time?
Yeah, I mean my philosophy with that is, regardless of, you know, who we choose to be, whether we're gay, lesbian, transgender, or whatnot, like, at the end of the day, we're still the same person that we were yesterday as we are today. Right. The same person that's been your favorite cousin or your favorite niece, nephew, whoever. We are the same people. The only difference is who we choose to love and who we choose to be with. And like, nothing about that is going to change. And I feel like, you know, whether it's family that's disowned you, because I mean, like, my dad disowned me when he found out. You know, so
but
I mean, but we weren't really
on your dad if he was to talk to a certain woman that you didn't agree with,
right?
You get what I'm saying? That's just like what you just said. So if your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother starts talking to somebody, does that mean that my sister, brother, mother, or father needs to give me time to get used to that person?
I mean, in my opinion, with that, I feel like it goes just back to respect, because I really can't tell you how to deal with a certain situation, and to be able to look at it that way, you kind of gotta just see it that way. Because if you know, like me, for instance, I came out to my mother, and not even so much. Let's just take the fact that she's a pastor off, just because of who she is to me in my life. And you know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to let that, you know what I'm saying, her down. But at the end of the day, I'm finna let you know that this is who I am. And I'm not saying I'm giving you time to think about it, accept it, whatever you got to do, but I have to respect how she chooses to deal with the situation because I want respect from her. Right. So in order for her to respect me, she has to deal, first of all, she has to feel and go through those emotions. You understand? So I really wouldn't say you have to give them time, but it just go back to respect because you got to, I mean, you can't, Mom gay. Okay. But we can't expect that. Or even if you be like, hey, Mom, I'm gay, and she just go off on the tangents. I mean, but you just kind of got to deal, because, I mean,
because people fear what they don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't
Everyone's different. And to go back to the, like you said, if your mother or somebody's in a relationship, should they give you time? I'm not gonna say you don't, because actually I can't do for you what they can do for you. But at the end of the day, first things first, I'm sure when they got the conversating with whomever this person was, they let them know that, you know what I'm saying, I have kids and under these circumstances is this. So they already let them know, like, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to respect me and my child. Like, I have kids that come with me. So as the child or whoever you are, if you give yourself time, if you don't like it, you do what you got to do. Like you said, the only thing you can do in that situation is move. It's moving. Right. You understand? But if not, then you know you'll come around. Like it's just all about the respect.
I got one person asked the question named Brand. Her name's Brandy. She said, do you think coming out early in life, people don't take you as serious as if you were older? Like, if you're younger, you don't know what you want. So people don't really...
Not so much as don't know what you want, as far as you have to... When you're younger and you coming out, because all of us came out when we were younger, but it was a different time frame. I feel like now you have to, not so much as make it known that you are, but because so many young people have done it and then switch back, it makes it harder for... you younger people to come out now because it's such a fad. So that's why it's kind of harder for people to take you serious now that you're coming out and you're so young.
Well, I believe I go back to the old school way of thinking. You're young. You really don't know what you want if you've never experimented sexually. Right. We all get sexual healing some way, somewhere along the line. But as you get older, you find out what you prefer. Because I know who I am, and I mean, I tell people I'm polyamorous and I'm pansexual. It took many years, and I'm 56.
Yeah, what's the word? What's that word again?
Polyamorous.
I am polyamorous too. It is where I am polyamorous where you can deal with multiple sex partners, but y'all love each other. So that means I can have 3 or 4 girlfriends, right?
They can have others.
That's a different topic.
She gonna start some stuff.
I know. He I'm gonna do my research because I feel like that's me. I feel like that is my calling. I feel like that's my calling.
So with that being said, it takes time to find yourself. It really does. Because just because you dip your fingers in red water, green water, blue water, whatever, you might like red water. You have to find yourself. So that individual that's asking that question, I will say this. Be safe, sane, and consensual what you do. Keep that latex in your pocket. Get tested, but find yourself. Don't label yourself anything until you find yourself.
Yeah, don't put a label on yourself so soon.
Well, someone said that they knew they was gay before they even had sex. They already knew
What's their name?
But there's some people. But I believe this. Just
I was one of them. Sometimes you kind of just know.
You just know what you're attracted to. It's in the body. The body knows.
Interest in the other sex.
Sometimes people know before you do too. Like I said, like I wasn't even, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I had like family members telling me that I was gonna be gay when I grew up because I was a tomboy. Like I was always hanging with the boys, playing football, getting dirty, all this stuff. Like I was still in my brother's clothes. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a big shock for anybody. Most of my cousins just hit me with like, "Yeah, I'm glad you finally told us." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like legit.
That to transgender individuals as well, because many of us do when we were younger, and then some I know when they're older they find themselves.
Yeah.
So it's
like
a process.
we just had a young lady, someone's last week.
Yeah, she just
And
said she
she's
just
an
found out that she
older
knew
lady.
that she
And
Yeah.
She said she
found out
just
she was bi.
realized that she actually, you know what I'm saying, she like men and women. But it took her time, and she's probably like, you know, maybe 40. And
A lot of that does come from self-conflict as well.
What's the
As
Kardashians'
you were
fault?
saying.
but see, and you know,
Kate
that's
Jenner.
just like I said, like he said, you have to find out who you are, and the only way to find out who you are is to get out here and experience life. You understand, regardless of what that may be.
Right.
So, like he said, don't label yourself, don't put yourself in a
Just have
box.
fun and be
Just
safe.
live your life and be safe and find out who you are, because you can't know who you are if you don't experience
And
anything.
Like,
You understand? Like how?
Try it all.
That's just like what's the name of
Brandon.
Caitlyn Jenner. It took him forever, and he finally realized who she is, and she made the transition no matter what nobody else, and they put her stuff on Front Street, like
On blast.
on blast through the whole process, good, bad, or difference. But she still went through with it because she knew that that's who she was. No matter, and she like 80.
And to coming out real quick, I just want to say, like, coming out is not just broadcasting to the world like, oh, I'm a homosexual. Coming out, it could also just be getting comfortable with who you are and being aware of who you are, and you know, the things you can do and the resources you have and the people you can communicate with, and you know what I'm saying, live your life and be happy. It's not so much a broadcasting, because I have friends who is from the outside looking in, you can definitely tell that who they are. You know what I'm saying? And I have some friends that you can look at and would never know that they are homosexuals. Right. And it's not so much because they don't want nobody to know about what they're doing or who they are. They just, I'm comfortable with me and can really care less about what the next person thinks. So this is who I am. Some people, you know, we like to be flamboyant, and we like, you know, people to know like this because I'm that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm out with my girl and we kicking it, and this is who it is. You understand? You got some people in the couple and you never even knew that they was a couple because they just didn't act that way. So coming out is just not broadcasting it for everybody. Like, you know, if that's what you want, then that's fine.
It's not an
Right.
action. It's
Right.
within you where you need to be comfortable.
Exactly.
And
That's
be
what it's all
comfortable.
about. Being comfortable here. Coming out right here is what it's all about. Being able to accept yourself and being aware.
And it's not gonna be easy.
You've been real quiet, but I know you feel some type of way about the subject. So express yourself.
Alright, well, like, you know, coming out, you know, also coming out as I came out younger, you know, so, you know, everybody always judges people, and it, you know, it's, you know, that's why I feel like younger people today just come out, oh, because gays, you know, you know, they can do certain things, or, you know, that, you know, straight people can't, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I was a pervert, so I'd go into the girls' locker room, you know, talk to them and shit, you know, because nobody cared.
Yeah.
I was gay, you know, none of the girls cared, you know.
Right.
So then I'd go over to the guys' locker room, you know, and kick it with them because I was a guy, you know. So, you know, they're like, oh, you got the best of both worlds. No, it's really not like that. You know what I mean? Like, people just make it seem like it's got to be a certain way that you come out, or, you know, do it privately, or, you know, be like one-on-one, and be like, you know, say you're my dad, you know, just be like, hey, dad, you know.
As she did with her
You know,
closest friends first.
Right. Do your closest friends first, you know, or don't even tell anybody until
Until you're ready. Like, I mean, with your family too, though. Like, I mean, I know family, especially for a lot of people when they come out, you know, they want to be accepted by their family in general. Because I mean, you know, but you know, just know that it's not gonna be as easy. You know, just to come out, you know, just as like some people like, oh, well, I just came out, and everybody was like, oh, that's cool, you know, whatever. Oh, we were waiting on you or stuff like that, you know. But I mean, it's not gonna be that easy all the time or whatnot. But you know, at the end of the day, I feel like if you come out to your family or your friends or whoever, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna gain some, and you know, people that you never thought would have supported you would support you and stuff like that. But I mean, at the same time though, you gotta realize that and not take it hard on yourself for those people that you lost. Because that's their loss, it's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're losing out, missing, you know, they're missing out on the experience of you growing up or becoming who you are. If you got kids, you know, with your kids growing up and stuff like that because they don't want to be around you because they're anti-gay, you know, like they're missing out on that. That doesn't have anything to do with you in general. Like they're mad about the fact that you are actually being who you want to be. But, you know, don't let that deter you from coming out just because you know that you're going to lose people. It's not going to be an easy road. You're going to lose people, but at the same time, you're going to find people that are going to support you even more so than family. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, they say friends are you know, thicker than family is at this moment anyway.
And sometimes you have to give yourself a pat on the back. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to motivate your own self. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to always have that one person in your corner and to always do that. So you have to be happy with who you are so you can be able to do that because you are your own supporter first and foremost. You understand? So you have to be comfortable and it, like she said, it's not going to be easy, but first things first, be comfortable and understand and be aware so that you can, because it's not easy. And sometimes you got to get up like, you know, I can do this. I can be who I want to be. I can go where I want to go. I don't have to be labeled or put in a box because someone said so, because of who I choose to be. If I'm a woman who chooses to dress like a male, that's my preference, and nobody's not gonna tell me that I can't do this or I can't go here because of who I choose to be, because that's why a lot of people don't want to be who they want to be. So get comfortable with yourself and start support yourself, encourage yourself, and let yourself know like I can do this.
Let me ask y'all a question. Have any of y'all ever watched the movie? It's called Paris is Burning.
Yes.
Never.
No.
It is a movie that explains. You've seen it. It is a movie.
I'm from that generation.
Right. It was a movie from way back when to when people wasn't as accepting of the gay life, and that's where the whole thing houses came from. So if you came out to your parents, transgender, gay, lesbian, bisexual, anything, when you came out to your parents back then, it really wasn't accepted, and that's when the whole houses came about, where you had a mother and a father of the house, and they took care of you to where if you needed advice, you needed somebody to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, they were there for you. I know y'all all been places and you hear different houses, house of Balenciaga, house of Ninja, house
It's
of
the same with
everything.
drag families too now.
But it's the same thing with drag families, and I will say this, and everyone knows this, I deal with LGBT a lot. I work with them a lot in the community, but I also have a family, which I call my LGBT family. I have 8 kids.
Yeah.
They call us special because we're all special. I am their dad. I am their dad. And I am probably everybody's godfather in the Southeast and the North. So I will say this. When I became who I was at 16, I lost friends and family. But the community raised me.
Yeah.
The community stopped raising because a lot of new generation doesn't want the community to raise them. They know too much. I want to say to the young ones out there, y'all don't know it all.
Right.
Don't know nothing.
But we can give something to you to make it to the next level. Because we were losing people to suicide because of their coming out or they're coming aware of who they are. And because of that, we as a community, we're losing them because they don't know who to go to in the community.
Yeah.
Families are great, but the thing about families is you have to understand they're there.
But they don't really understand.
They're there for you, not for you to abuse.
Yeah.
Because you abused your mom and daddy when you left them. Somebody in the community is there to help you get to the next level. If it wasn't for the community, I would not be here. Okay? I'm a suicidal, depressed individual. I would not be here. But if it wasn't for the community, I would not be sitting here today. So I always give back to the community because it was given to me freely. So when everyone sees me like I'm here right now, it's freely given to those listening, to you all here to share, because what was given to me was free. So I need to give back freely as well. So I ask everyone out there, elders, I'm asking young people, if you know people and you're all here sitting, become a friend, become a family to your own little unit. And give to each other, because what's given to you is given to you freely. And remember, those out there that are coming out or coming to where being transgender, it's not easy. You will have your depression spots. We do have a suicide hotline, but please reach out to those even sitting here and say, hey, can I talk to you on the phone? You call me, we'll talk all day long.
Right.
So just know one thing. Being who we are is a struggle. We lose family, we lose friends. But we gain family and friends in our own community.
Right, you do.
So we have a chosen family, and that's our LGBT, QIA, STU, and all the rest of them.
Yes.
Oh, can I give y'all another side of it? Like they said, you might lose people and all that, but don't be scared to come out because you feel like you're gonna lose people and all. Because I've literally lost nobody that was important to me in my life since I came out. Not a cousin, not an auntie, not a great aunt, not a grandma. Like I am blessed. Like for real, I'm blessed. From my parents to my siblings to my cousins to my friends that I grew up with. Like I'm completely blessed. My church family, I'm completely blessed in that area, and I'm out. Like out. I'm at church with loafers and like khakis on, button down. I mean, like legit. And there's no. I don't feel judged at all when I walk through the doors. I don't feel judged at all. So,
Yeah, if you lose somebody that you can't live your truth around,
You'll gain 6 more.
yeah.
You're going to gain
They
6
weren't meant
more.
to be in
You
it.
lose one, you gain 6 more.
Right.
Because that's what holds a lot of young people back, because they feel like they are going to lose a lot of people. But when you make that step, you'll be surprised that either you don't lose nobody or you gain so much more and you do become blessed.
Right. I have one group of friends that my last group of friends I came out to, like my 4th grade friends, like sleepovers, all that. So I'm like, oh man, they probably gonna be thinking I was down trying to check them out at the sleepovers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, real talk.
Yeah.
And I was so afraid of telling them, you know, that I was gay. And when I finally did, my friend just said, you know what? I've been dang on telling people all this time you wasn't gay. Like I'm saying, you should have just told me. Like so, I would, like she was more mad that she was like, you know, what I'm saying the opposite. She was like thinking she was sticking up for me.
She knew that she was down with you because she was defending you, even if you
But
was or you
we
wasn't.
still down like 4 flats. Like
Yeah, like you say, you know, it's hard and it's not going to be easy, and that's what a lot of people fear. But you know, fear is really big. So you know, once fear take over, you know, you kind of just, you know, what I'm saying exactly. It really is. But whether you feel like you're gonna lose somebody or not, like I said, you don't know life until you get out there and test your waters. Because like you said, I honestly,
You gonna lose people even if you're gay.
and that's a fact. But because that's one of our biggest fears.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta set your fears aside and get out there and be you. Because like she said, I mean, my mother was a pastor. Don't get me wrong, and she was like, you know, wait. But I never lost her. You understand? Like I was still able to call mom. You know what I'm saying? I was still able to have these conversations with her. Like, and these is people that I thought I was gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? And as far as it not being easy for me dealing with it myself and how people were gonna accept me, like she said, I lost no one, which that's a blessing because everybody's wasn't easy. You understand? But at the same time, like you just gotta set your fears aside and get out here and live. Whether you lose or you don't lose, you're only gonna be comfortable if you're comfortable with you.
Like that fear had me shut my mom out.
Just
talk to my dad and talk to my dad. So one day my mom was like, yo,
just know that if somebody's uncomfortable with you, it's a problem they have within themselves.
Yes.
And it's something they're dealing with. And when it comes to family, especially parents, they have expectations of who when you became a baby, they have this idea of what you're going to be. If you're a lesbian, you're supposed to have 5 kids and be married and have your white picket fence.
And you still can.
And if you're a gay man, you're supposed to have a whole slew of children and a truck driver, not in a drag queen outfit or nothing like that.
But you still can.
But you still can. But the image of who we are has been betrayed by TV, has been betrayed in many unique ways. And those that are uncomfortable, that are family members, a lot of it is embarrassment. They don't know what to say, how to say it, how to do it.
They're worried about how others are going to look at them because of you.
That's what it is.
But just because you lose them, sometimes, you know, it might take a little
And that's
time.
another
and
reason
come
too,
back
like
around.
what makes it hard for us to come out, because some people, as for me, for instance, I'm using myself for example. I'm never worried honestly about what people have to say. That's a fact. Not everybody has that confidence, but I do. But we make it hard for people to come out as well because we put these titles on us and people are scared to be exactly who they are. And even in the gay world, you know what I'm saying, in the community, in the LGBT community, we are scared to just be who we are. You know what I'm saying? You have studs who like studs. I'm not, but if that's what you like, that's what you like. You understand? Like you still have to be free even in our community because we judge as well in our own community. We have studs who don't want to have babies, and you know what I'm saying? If you want to reproduce, do that because I want a kid. You understand? I don't mind having a girlfriend and we take care of babies. I don't mind, but at the end of the day, I want my own child, and that's one thing I'm not even scared to face to my community because it is what it is. And we have people today, like, you know what I'm saying, that talk about it. If you have a gay male, they want and they want to raise kids, you know what I'm saying? People, we like, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you still have to be free in your community, in our community, because that we make it hard for people to come out.
I was just saying that earlier before we kicked it off. I was like, when we out, us as gay, straight, gay, whatever, when we out with straight people, we act one way. Because I'm like that. When I'm out with my gay friends, I'm head party, I'm still gonna dance, but it's like when I go into a gay bar, I'm all the way there because it's like when I'm with my people, I'm so comfortable to be free. But I don't want people, and I feel like if I do that in a straight club, they're gonna take it as I want some man to come up on me, and that ain't how I'm trying to rock.
But the thing with that is you have to learn how to handle that man that comes up on you and not be rude.
Oh, I know how to handle it. I got that down.
You don't have to be rude and aggressive. I mean, you teased me earlier and everyone calls me a gay boy because sometimes I'm a little flamboyant going on.
I embraced it.
You can slap it. Don't fake like you can't slap that man.
So I mean, it's and I have it. But the thing is, that's a part of me, and a part of me that I enjoy. You know, I go in the house and I cook with my little apron on. It feels special. Yes. You know, that's just
you do a little dance.
Sometimes I be in it doing a little dance.
But that's the first thing you have to always embrace yourself.
That's the whole thing. You have to embrace yourself because even after coming out to, I guess, the straight world, we in our own community. We kick each other. You know what I'm saying? We kick each other in the dirt. We put each other down. And I just say, be free. But
I can tell you this, though. I bet if we put each other down, but I bet if something really kicked off when you needed your community, they gonna be there regardless, no matter what. It's just like a family. You fuss, you fight, you argue, you don't get along. But when something really kicks off and you really need somebody in your community, we are front line.
We have to. Who's gonna have our back?
Nobody.
You're right. Who's gonna have our back?
But to kick this joint off, I know we've been talking, and I hope y'all enjoyed this show, and everybody's coming out story, everybody's own truth, or anything like that. Even once we get off here, if you have any questions, comments, share, do all of that. We want all y'all feedback and what y'all think about tonight's show. And y'all can even give advice for what y'all think next Thursday topic should be about, or anything like that.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, throw any type of topic you want. I mean, we are all ears. We talk about everything. I know I do. Everything. And I'm going to tell y'all more about that. What's my word? What is my word? You can't say it. My multiple lovers later. But right now, I'm going to kick it over to Amber real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you guys for watching. As she said, throw your input out there, give us some feedback, tell us some things y'all want to hear us talk about. Definitely with this coming out situation, if you definitely struggling, we are definitely here. And another thing, we are here at Renewal Fellowship. On Sundays, they have service at 11 a.m. It's 1350 Jonestown Road. And Renewal Fellowship is a diverse, evolving, and inviting community where they welcome is real, and so is the love. So come out and support.
We appreciate all y'all. We love all y'all. And like, share, comment. Please. And we appreciate every last one of you. Share. Next Thursday, 7 o'clock, the Pride Show. We here, baby. And I'll put Polly.
This is it. This is it.
Nope.
Polly,
Not
I
Polly.
know it's not Polly. Moral of the story is she want Polly and Marie. I don't want it all. I just want to be able to have at least all the 3 women.
Right.
I mean, but long as they help with that rent, that is not living with me and not paying for half on. We need half on everything. Even down to the milk. If the milk $2.50, I need 50 cents from each one of y'all.
She just need roommates.
I'm playing with y'all, but we love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and come watch us next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Right, Pride Show. We love y'all.
Later.
Have a good time.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey.